I'm going to show you how to make a creamy lemon dill dressing. Let's go. This recipe is so quick and so easy, and the best thing about it, it is completely safe for any nut allergies. This recipe, you're not going to believe how creamy it is, and I'm not going to use dairy, and I'm not going to use nuts. So you're like, Shelly, what in the world? Well, let me explain. This dressing is fuming with dill flavors and aromas, but the great thing that makes it creamy is tahini. Tahini is a nut, it's not a nut butter, it's made from sesame seeds, right? So it is a sesame seed butter, technically, called tahini, T-A-H-I-N-I, and you can get it at a lot of like specialty foods like stores like Whole Foods, Sprouts, and places like that. What we're gonna do is we are just going to start with a beautiful mason jar. And actually, before we get the mason jar out, let's go ahead and mince our garlic. This is a garlic rocker. I absolutely love it. I got it on Amazon. Just make sure you don't get a plastic one. This is a stainless steel one. And it's just a little easier on my hands. I cook a lot, so the garlic presses tend to hurt my hands a little bit. And we're just gonna take the garlic and we are going to place it in the mason jar. Garlic is loaded with the good stuff. It is an anti-inflammatory. It has antibiotic properties in it, so it actually has healing power. And not only does garlic make your breath stinky, it's really good for the heart too because it's in the cardiovascular, it's in the onion family, which helps with the cardiovascular system. Anything in the onion family is gonna open up your blood vessels, relax them, and help your blood flow better. So, my motto is the stinkier your breath, the healthier your heart. All right, now what we're gonna do is we are going to add in some parsley, but we're gonna cut it, I'm sorry, not parsley, dill. We're gonna cut some dill. Just give it a good chop. Make sure you keep the tip of your knife on the cutting board when you're chopping. Makes it go a lot faster. Oh, I can smell the dill. I really wish I had smell-o-vision. This can be a dressing, it can be a marinade. You can make it a little thicker and it could be like a spread or a dip. So very versatile. I know sauces are my favorite thing to make. Sauces and dressings and marinades are my favorite because they're so versatile, right? All right, next up we are going to add in some, we're gonna do onion powder. We're gonna do some sea salt. Make sure it's sea salt, not white table salt. There are no nutrients in white table salt, and a lot of times they have anti-caking agents in them, which is not good for us, right? It's a preservative. So we want to stick with the sea salt because it has minerals from the sea. And our body really needs minerals. We're mineral deficient because of all the preservatives in processed foods. So keep the minerals in that sea salt and stick with sea salt when you're cooking. Next up, we're going to add a pinch of black pepper. And we're gonna add in some dried parsley. You can also use fresh parsley, up to you. All the measurements are gonna be in the recipe. You can find that in the notes section of this video. Now we're gonna do lemon juice. I freshly squeeze my lemons and limes every week into a plastic squeeze bottle that has a lid, and I keep it in the refrigerator with my condiments, and always have it on hand. That stuff that you buy on the shelf that's not refrigerated, that's juice concentrate, is not the good stuff. It's not the real stuff. We're not getting packed of vitamin C and hydration from that stuff. We really want to stick with fresh. And this is a time-saving tip. And trust me, I have cut a lot of lemons and limes. It takes 2 minutes and 37 seconds to cut 8 lemons and squeeze them into one of these bottles. So don't let that hold you back. We are going to add about, let's see, I'm looking at my recipe. We're going to add 3 tablespoons. And of course, taste as you go. So after we give this a good shake, we will taste it. Oh, I forgot my spatula. All right, now we're going to go ahead and add in our tahini, which is sesame seed butter. Make sure your nut butters or your seed butters have no oil added, no salt added, and definitely no sugar added. Okay, now the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to add in just a little bit of water to make it not so thick. You can add as little or as much water as you want because it depends on what you're using it for. If it's a salad dressing, you might want to add a little more water. If you're using it as like a dip or a spread, you probably don't want to add water at all, and you will just mix it with a whisk. But I am using it as a dressing today, and I am going to shake it to death. So just put it in a mason jar, give it a good shake. Beautiful, delicious tahini dressing. Now, let me go ahead and open it. And the best thing I can do is just stick my finger down in there and give it a taste. It doesn't need a thing. It's got the citrus and the acidity from the lemon, and it has the wonderful creamy texture from the tahini. And then don't forget that wonderful hit of dill. Anti-inflammatory, real ingredients, no preservatives. It'll last about a week in the fridge. Make sure you put it in an airtight container and you're set, right? Thanks for watching. Keep coming back. I have new recipes every Tuesday. And until then, I'm gonna go. But I have one question for you before I do. What is on your fork? Bye for now.